broke $30 paycheck, parents worried sick. That was me in 2011 as a newly qualified accountant. Fast forward to today, I am in the top 2% of UK earners making over $14,000 a month at a Fortune 50 tech company. Think about it. While most people are working harder than ever but staying stuck, 85% of today's millionaires started from zero. The difference? They mastered specific high income skills that most people overlook. In my 13-year career so far, I have worked my way up through PwC, EY, and now at a big tech. But I will be honest, it wasn't pretty. Rejections, harsh feedback, missed promotions, and nearly losing my job. Yet, these setbacks taught me the exact skills that transformed my career. I'm Aesan, and in this video, I'll reveal the 5 high income skills that put me in the top 2%. The same skills I have seen work for me and dozens of high net worth multi-millionaire clients and businesses throughout my career. Now, the first skill is a foundation skill. Without it, learning any high income skill becomes 10x harder. I use a 4-pillar learning system that helps me focus on what truly matters and learn efficiently. Here's how it works. First, I apply what I call the lazy rule. Focus only on the 20% of knowledge or skills that would deliver 80% of the results. This is also known as the Pareto principle, and it's been a game changer for me. For example, recently I took on a multi-billion-dollar project. I focused on the 20% of critical knowledge like key stakeholders, milestones, and processes to ramp up in under 2 months. Next, I use the Pomodoro technique. Every day, I block 25-minute deep work sessions, no distractions, no emails, just pure focus. Sometimes I extend it to 50 minutes followed by a 5-10 minute break to recharge. Just 3 focus Pomodoros give me more output than 8 hours of distracted work. I have recently started using a Pomodoro app to track my sessions, which I've linked in the description if you're interested. Then comes active recall and spaced repetition. When I learn something new, like a 20-page business document, I force myself to recall key points without notes, using flashcards or quizzing myself. What's the main system? What happens next? If I can't remember, I push my brain to find the answer. This builds mental models, deep understanding that sticks. After that, I space out my reviews. Same day, 2 days later, a week later, 2 weeks later, and finally a month later. This creates neural connections, making the information stick long term. Finally, get your hands dirty. Knowledge without action is worthless. I don't wait to be an expert. I start applying what I learn immediately. The 70-20-10 model used by most large businesses suggests that 70% of learning comes from hands-on practice, 20% from social interactions, and only 10% from formal training. Once you've built a system to learn efficiently, the next step is to focus on what to learn, starting with building your digital advantage. When Apple first announced the iPhone, Steve Ballmer, then CEO of Microsoft, laughed it off. He famously said,
"This is the most expensive phone in the world, and it doesn't appeal to business customers because it doesn't have a keyboard."
Microsoft eventually pulled out of making phones while Apple became the most valuable company in the world. Technology is the fossil fuel of this century. If you're not digitally literate, you're going to get left behind. While most people agree with this, they don't have a clear strategy to stay digitally literate. Here's a 2-step approach you can use. First, identify the key technologies reshaping your field. For example, in accounting and finance, end-to-end process automation, AI, machine learning, and robotic process automation are the big technology trends. If you don't know what's impacting your field, how can you compete? Once you know which technologies are impacting your industry, identify the top 3 skills with the highest return on investment for you. Focus on skills that will deliver the most impact. Now, I can tell you this, AI needs to be somewhere on that list. You can use this prompt to identify the big 3 skills that are impacting your field to build your digital advantage. So you can say, I am currently studying subject X or working in profession Y. Could you help identify the key technologies driving this space, the most valuable digital skills to focus on, and actionable steps to master the top 3 skills with the highest return on investment? Once you've built your digital advantage, the next step is using that knowledge to solve real-world problems and potentially turn them into a profitable business. Whether that's a side hustle or a full-time business, you will need this skill to turn your idea into a profitable business. I've been part of countless product and business launches by my clients pitched for new businesses, so I can talk about this for a day, but on a high level, you can follow what I call the scale framework. Step 1 is to solve a problem. Every successful business starts by solving a problem, and you also need to know who you are solving it for, that is your target audience and ideal customer. For example, my YouTube channel helps you make and save more money to build wealth, grow professionally, and boost productivity using simple strategies and AI. That is my value proposition and problem I am looking to solve for you. Step 2 is to confirm demand. Before investing time and money, validate your idea. Do some market research to confirm if there's an actual demand for your solution. You can use surveys, interviews, or social media polls to gather feedback. This step can save you tons of time, money, and effort down the road. Step 3 is to act small and be lean. Most people think you need a lot of money to start. Michael Dell started Dell Computers with just $1,000. Subway was started by a $1,000 loan from a friend. Start small, create something valuable, and get it in front of the right people. Step 4 is to launch an MLP and learn. Don't wait for your product or service to be perfect. Launch a minimum lovable product, a proof of concept to validate your idea, and then iterate based on feedback. Think about it. The first iPhone wasn't perfect, but Apple launched it anyway and improved over time. Step 5 is to expand and scale. Once you gain that initial traction, scale by driving traffic, improve conversions, refine your product or service, and you can have more freedom on pricing at this stage. The next skill is something most people shy away from, but if you look around you, you will notice that the highest paid professionals and businesses are also the best communicators. Steve Jobs was a master storyteller. When he first announced the iPhone, he said, "I have been waiting to share this with you for 2 years." That one line skyrocketed the value and anticipation in the audience because it highlighted the effort involved. People will buy from you if they like and feel connected to you in a trustable way. If you're an individual, sales and marketing means building your personal brand. Your personal brand is your reputation. It's what people think of you when they hear your name. For example, one thing I have always been known for is being tech savvy. Top sales and marketing professionals share a few key traits. They're great storytellers. They speak clearly and listen twice as much as they speak. 3, they focus on providing value. For example, a good salesperson might tell you not to buy something because it doesn't align with your needs. You will return to them because you trust them. Number 4, they're customer obsessed. If you're an employee, your customers are the people you work with and those who rely on your work. Number 5, they are known for being great at one or a few things. For example, Microsoft is known for Windows. But what's the point of earning more if you don't know how to manage it? And that's where the next high income skill, financial literacy, comes in. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. And often people don't even know where their money is going because they lack an end-to-end financial system to grow and protect their wealth. Having a financial system enabled me to save my first K, then 50K and 100K. I wouldn't even be close without having one. The skill is to have an overarching system built on these principles. Number 1, understanding the psychology of money and having the right mindset. For example, money is abundant. Everyone earns based on the value they provide and how they market their skills. Number 2, track income and expenses so you know where it's going. Number 3, learn how to read a profit and loss statement and a balance sheet. A profit and loss tells you how much money a company has made, and a balance sheet tells you how much assets and liabilities it has. These are the things I review first when picking stocks for investments. Or you can also use this skill when selecting a new employer for your job hunt. You should only go into companies which are financially strong. You don't want to make a career move to find out that you've been laid off a year later because the company was never financially strong. Number 4, growing your income through investing. Number 5, pay less legally, which is through maximizing your tax benefits. Now, these are all good principles, but how do you make a solid financial plan? You might like this video where I shared the gem and shape framework to build your ultimate financial plan supercharged by AI.